This is Lindy Jones, 19 years old, facing murder charges in South Carolina. In August 2019, Lindy killed Willie Antoine Fields, 18 years old. After the investigation, Lindy Jones and his brother Jaylen Jones were arrested. At the court, the victim's mother, Angela Fields, had a few words for Lindy. Her husband, Willie Clay Fields, was comforting her.
Honor, I just want to let you know just what they took from me. They took away my only child. It's been so hard.
But suddenly he couldn't bear the pain anymore and attacked Lindy Jones right in the courtroom.
It's been so hard.
Sir, back off, sir. Back off, sir.
The officers eventually separated him from Lindy. Lindy was eventually sentenced to 35 years in prison, and his brother Jalen was sentenced to 6 years in a juvenile detention center. But this wasn't the only time families lost their composure in court. Similar to the case of Diamond Alvarez. Diamond's mother was present at the trial of 19-year-old Frank DeLeon Jr., who shot then 16-year-old daughter with over 20 bullets. On January 11, 2023, when Diamond was walking her dog, Frank shot her dead. The police investigation revealed that the two had a romantic relationship and were on the verge of breaking up. Frank was immediately arrested. If you think Frank would show remorse for his crime, be prepared for his shocking behavior. During the court proceedings, Diamond's mother told Frank DeLeon Jr., who cruelly ended his daughter's life, how she felt. When giving his testimony, Frank smirked, making her angry. Diamond's mother approached to comfort him. But before she could get close to the smirking killer, the situation escalated. Diamond's uncle jumped in from the stands and attacked Frank. Frank's mother rushed in to protect her son by attacking Diamond's mother, causing Diamond's aunt to jump in. Eventually, the police were able to separate the two families.
I was wrong of me. That was wrong of us because we're not monsters. But it's so much hate because I want my daughter back. And what he did it was horrible. Seeing my daughter there and looking at him that he did that and he's laughing in my face. It was very wrong and I'm so sorry for that.
After the brawl, Frank finally accepted a plea deal and was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Fortunately, the deputies were ready and intervened before complete chaos ensued. Similar acts of outrage also occurred in the case of Michael Madison, a serial killer facing multiple charges, including 3 counts of murder in Ohio. From 2012 to 2013, Michael killed 3 women before he was caught. Before his preliminary hearing, Michael realized the severity of his crime.
Mr. Madison, I'm going to read to you the nature of the charges against you and summarize each one for you, as well as giving you the potential penalties. I know you've had a chance to speak with counsel. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
All right. In the first charge, you're charged with aggravated murder in violation of Ohio Revised Code 2903.01. It states that on or about the 22nd day of July, you did purposely cause the death of an unidentified female while committing another felony. The offense was committed 1 week to 9 months prior to the finding of the body. That is a Jane Doe murder. The second murder is the same date, on or about the 22nd day of July. Michael Madison did purposely cause the death of an Angela Deskins while committing another felony. The offense was committed 3 weeks or a few weeks prior to the finding of the body. And then there's a third murder charge. On or about the 22nd day of July, Michael Madison did purposely cause the death of an unidentified female while committing another felony. The offense was committed 1 week to 1 month prior to the finding of the body. All of those are felonies of the first degree because they are aggravated murder. They are punishable by a possible death or life in prison and a $100,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now in court, Van Terry, the father of one of the victims, addresses the judge.
How you doing, Your Honor? My name is Van Terry. Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this crime.
Now in court, Van Terry, the father of one of the victims, is speaking before the judge.
Taking my child.
Van Terry now turns to speak directly to Michael. The real shock came when Michael burst into Madison in the courtroom by smirking. At this moment, Van Terry jumped to attack Madison right in the courtroom. This shows the level of pain and anger that the victims' families had to endure. Finally, the police were able to restore order and the trial continued. Now it is time for the jury to make their decision.
We therefore unanimously find that the sentence of death should be imposed upon the defendant, Michael Madison.
Following the jury's recommendation, Judge Nancy McDonald read her sentence.
I am struck by the sheer inhumanity of what one human being can do to not one, but 3 human beings. It is incomprehensible. You cajoled, lured, and deceived Shatisha Shealy, Angela Deskins, and Sherelda Terry to your apartment for your depraved purposes. You went on to abuse the corpses of these 3 victims. You stripped them from the waist down. You folded them in half, binding them so that their feet were up by their ears. You wrapped them in multiple layers of trash bags, and you discarded them. Upon consideration of the relevant evidence, the testimony exhibits admitted in mitigation, it is the judgment of this court that the aggravated circumstances of course of conduct, felony murder, kidnapping, felony murder, rape, of which the defendant was convicted, outweigh the mitigating factors by proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Accordingly, the sentence of death is imposed upon the defendant, Michael Madison, on counts 1, 4, and 7.
After the sentence, the victims' families expressed their feelings. Michael Madison is still awaiting his death in prison. But this is not the only time parents have been enraged by the murderer's behavior in court, as in the trial of 18-year-old Peyton Gundren facing multiple murder charges. On May 14, 2022, Peyton, a white supremacist, opened fire in a Tops Friendly Market store in New York, where there were many black people. Sadly, 10 black people lost their lives and 3 others were injured before he was arrested. Now in court, the victim's family members let him know their feelings about him.
While I was writing this, tears fell from my eyes. Thinking about what a beautiful person he took.
My daughter, Robbie Drury, was a young woman. She was not married. She had no children. She never will. Robbie was our youngest daughter. When people ask, how many children do you have? I don't know what to say.
You destroyed our lives forever. It's not a day that goes by that I won't remember May 14th and being 2 minutes sooner. I could have been in that store. And all I think about is, could I have saved my aunt? Could I have helped her get away from the bullets? Or could my mom be suffering more and lose her daughter, her granddaughter, and her sister?
One of the most touching speeches was from Barbara Massey.
My name is Barbara Massey. I'm Catherine Massey's sister. You killed my sister. Cat was an aunt. She was a great aunt. She was a cousin. She was a friend. Cat said she was a committee of one. There's nothing Cat wouldn't do for people. I want personally to choke you and leave my fingerprints on your neck because it was unnecessary. You leave 200 miles to come to Buffalo. You don't even know any black. I want to choke. You better think those places. You better say, cops, thank y'all for protecting me because I will hurt you so bad. You have made me sick. You got my family crying. I miss my sister every day. You don't like black people. Man, you don't know a damn thing about black people. We're human. We like our kids to go to good schools. We love our kids.
However, as she was speaking, a family member wanted to let Peyton know their feelings.
We never go in those neighborhoods and take people out. Don't do it.
Fortunately, the police were able to calm the situation. Now it's Peyton's turn to speak.
I'm very sorry for all the pain I forced the victims and their families to suffer through. I'm very sorry for stealing the lives of your loved ones. I cannot express how much I regret all the decisions I made leading up to my actions on May 14th. I did a terrible thing that day. I shot and killed people because they were black. Looking back now, I can't believe I actually did it. I believed what I read online and acted out of hate. And now I can't take it back, but I wish I could. And I don't want anyone to be inspired by me and what I did.
Finally, the judge read the sentence.
The damage you have caused is too great, and the people you have hurt are too valuable to this community. You will never see the light of day as a free man ever again. It is the judgment of this court for your conviction under the first count of the indictment, a domestic act of terrorism motivated by hate in the first degree, an A1 felony, that you be sentenced to life imprisonment without parole.
Peyton was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. What are your thoughts on the actions in this video? Leave your comments below the video. Thank you for watching all of my videos. Your interest and acceptance is the big thing that makes me want to make more videos. We always listen to your opinions. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Comment down below and we're always happy to answer. Please subscribe and comment to my channel if you like it and if you want us to convey through our next videos.